value of things is not in the time they last, but in the intensity with which they occur. That is why there are unforgettable moments, inexplicable things, and incomparable motorcycles. And this is what this video is all about. The 10 most amazing cafe racers of 2023. And who had the authority to decide such a thing? Most of you. The ones who achieved a demanding and refined taste. Those who prefer uniqueness instead of mass production. In other words, the followers of this channel who made their choice of the best of the best. Welcome to Racer TV. So, let's begin with one of the most popular motorcycles among all cafe racers enthusiasts. Here is a brilliant and bold Honda CX with a very unique layout, especially the thin and sharp rear section, with a very minimalist LED light nicely integrated in the middle. And together with this fuel tank, seat, and side radiator covers, we can only conclude that everything was very well thought out. A very impressive work that really deserves to be on this ranking. And here is another brilliant transformation. It is a very unusual and bold project, which demands a lot of creativity and high technical skills, because almost everything was handmade. Extremely complex lines, full of very interesting details, an aggressive and dynamic stance, and finally, an absolutely stunning LED lighting. And I am very happy to see it on this top 10. Just like the previous project, I was always sure that this one would be on this top 10. Not because of its originality, but because of the beauty of its lines and the immaculate build quality. But all this gets even more impressive after knowing that it is the work of a non-professional builder. A truly inspiring work, born from the passion and perseverance of its maker. Without a doubt, it is one of those machines that is worth seeing and hearing. Surprisingly, here's another Ducati. And the most curious, it's also not exactly the work of a professional builder. This is a personal project from a man who has been building some custom bikes as a hobby. It has a very cool vibe. It carries a certain "I don't give a damn" atmosphere. And according to its owner, it's a work in progress to figure out what he will do with it. And here is a truly extraordinary Royal Enfield. The kind of project that should be integrated on the epic category, because it's impressive in every way. In the design, in the project's approach, in the way it was built, in the engine power, in its beauty, and of course, because of its voice. Probably one of the most sophisticated Continental GT ever made. And here is something very simple, but still very nice. The old classic approach with an old classic motorcycle. This is what I call the perfect example of what to do on a CB750. Simple lines and very tasteful choices. It was created by a very talented builder who in the past managed to enter the top 10 twice. I never doubted he could do it again. And I am very glad for seeing this classic project on this honorable 5th place. And now, another magnificent CB750, but even more impressive than the previous one. I know what you are thinking. Is this real? Or is it just a high-quality 3D animated rendering? The truth is, it is real. And it is absolutely spectacular. It has a more modern approach, but still maintaining some vintage lines. A remarkable new interpretation of an iconic racing Honda. And the best of all, it has one of the most impressive headlights I've ever seen. Although it didn't win, it ended up with a very respectable 4th place. And now it's time to see the podium. A very special project to celebrate an impressive achievement by the builder. 1,000 builds in 32 years. Probably the only builder in the world of custom motorcycles who can celebrate such a feat. It is also the world's first R series to use this suspension kit. And who would have thought this Honda fuel tank could look so good on this motorcycle? Definitely a very beautiful machine that reached the honorable 3rd place. Just like I predicted, this project was one of the most voted. For some it may seem a bit eccentric. For others, a very audacious approach. But the most interesting is knowing that all these modifications can be easily installed or removed. A plug-and-play kit of parts created by the builder itself, which turns the R9 T into something completely different. And it seems that most voters realized the true value of this beautiful and innovative project. But now, it is time to see number 1. So, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The best cafe racer of 2023. For the first time in all top 10 elections of this channel, we finally see a K-Series as a winner. And if this is something never seen before, it means this motorcycle is really an outstanding machine. No wonder it remained the most voted project right since the first day of the election. This is probably the most purest cafe racer approach I've ever seen on a K-Series. Everything was improved, including the engine, which has now a very respectable power of 130 horses. This confirms that if it looks powerful, that is because it really is. Aesthetically, it became very aggressive, with quite a sharp stance. And this tire has to be one of the widest tires ever fitted to a K-Series. The build quality looks absolutely impeccable. All this means that this project is really good in many aspects. I had a hunch that this would be one of the most voted, because when I read the comments on this bike's video, I realized that this would be one of the big favorites. Interestingly, this was also the first project presented on the channel last year. As usual, I am sure that seeing this project as the winner won't please everyone. Mainly because there were several amazing projects on the election. Overall, I think it is fair to say this top 10 includes the best ones. But unfortunately, I can't be completely sure about their sequence, because the difference in votes between some is extremely small. I don't know to what extent we can say that this project is really the best of all. But because it was the most voted, it is certainly the most consensual for the majority. It is very nice to finally see a K series as a winner. And why has this never happened before? Probably because no other project has ever been as complete and coherent as this one. Thank you for watching Racer TV. And as always, I hope to see you on the next video.